guys getting deja vu? Me too. I'm pulling ahead again. Weston's being worked. We are going back out to a field of our edible beans to finish up combining it. Had two varieties in the field. The one variety was slightly later, matured a little slower. So that has dried up now from when we were out in the field, and we had to leave a couple acres. It was just, they were a little too green, a little too high moisture when we were in the field last. So Brody and I are going out. We're the combine crew today. Doug and Chet, they're going out to do their scraper stuff. But these heads are heavy. And I mean, Weston's, you know, it's a heck of a truck. No doubt about it, it's a Ford, but I can feel it back there. I don't know. I guess I see why Chet never pulls the head around. That green pea of his, that ain't gonna move no head. But I think I'm rambling again.
So guys, we're kind of splitting up. Brody has maybe 3 acres to combine here. I'm on my way. I'm actually following this piece of equipment. Dad's heading down. We're gonna do a little teachy. So that thing's fully equipped with all satellite to run the height of it for making ditches and stuff. We're heading down to some PP acres. And I'm going to teach him how to do it, because what I'm hoping for is maybe some days this fall that Dad can get out of the combine, Brody run the combine, and he do some ditch work, because Brody don't know our fields and how we want to ditch, but Dad would know and does know. So I'm going to take the time while it's still calm and everyone's laid back, teach him the software and the computers, and Brody and Eric are going to clean up this 3 acres of black beans. You didn't get any of that in the electrical connection, did you?
Why?
It shorts it out. Don't ask how I know that.
Well, I didn't then.
I trust that, well, Brody has everything under control. Maybe not you, so.
I'll film the disaster that happens.
Okay. There's 2 tile flags that we combine around, so you have good experience with moving those. I know you know how to do that.
I don't have my gloves. Not moving them.
Go get him, Brody! He's got the beacons on.
He's full.
It's a necessity.
He's full. That stroll fan that you can see spinning may be obvious, but that is what's supplying the air to the front of the reel there. That's our wind system. That's loud, but totally necessary. Oh. Did he just blink? He blinked! I think I won. I won the race. I won the race. It's Dusty! Well, we waited, it's been 5 days or so, or another week, and these beans are a lot drier. This is working good. The stems are drier. Brody has made one pass here, and he said he's got 17 to 18% moisture, which is beautiful. We can deliver at anything under 18%. So waiting on these seems to have worked out pretty well. The stems were way too green a week ago, and the pods, a lot of the pods were still green, so they have dried up very nice. Plus, hopefully this allows some more moisture to seep out of the thick water hemp stems, those weeds, because like we've said before, you do not want moisture to come into the combine, because that's, the dust will stick to that moisture then you dirty your beans. He's got his blinkers on still. Brody, is your grain tank full? I see you're blinking at me like I'm a grain carter. Giving me PTSD, I gotta come unload you. That's my job, move the flags. Don't rest. Oh, I see you're eating lunch there, Eric. Well, we have a flag for you to move. Better hurry. Oh, them sprayer ruts, I don't know who's the sprayer around here. This is kind of nice. You can drive around almost as fast.
Like 3,500 to 4,000.
3,500 to 4,000 pounds per acre is what that means. So that's a good yield. This low spot, we were obviously droughty this summer. This low spot got just the right moisture then. Now I just need the dust to settle. Oh, just like that, we're done. Dropping the head. With the 17, I think it was 17.6% moisture on these beans, we are going to haul them straight to town. We don't want them to sit around. That's good moisture to deliver on. So Randy is bringing a truck down that we actually were going to take to town regardless today to get some repair done on the trailer. So this worked out pretty good. We'll fill it with what beans Brody has in here. And on the way into town, Randy will unload and then we'll get that truck dropped off. So this is called efficiency. Brody's unhooked by himself. I didn't do a thing to help him. Look at him. He looks so shocked and pleased at the same time. Oh, Brody. Brody. That's supposed to be in the combine. What are you doing?
I went way too fast.
I did. How many acres did you just combine?
I don't know. I'll have to go look.
Was it about 4, 3 maybe? Come on, operator. So now we have 3 fields fully combined, and what Brody and I are probably going to work on this afternoon is getting the fertilizer program set up. We got to go to town once the trailer's hooked up and get fertilizer, and then I can go out and do my other favorite job. That's just too simple. Okay, there's Randy. Truck's here, getting unloaded or getting offloaded onto very shortly. I'm heading back to the farm. It's 89 degrees out and we got a curtain side death trailer to clean out, so we're gonna be sweating. Okay, time for a lesson. So our head trailer dog tracks to the right slightly when the head is put on the trailer, but it runs straight down the road with no head on the trailer. Talked with some people at Unverfirth, and I won't pretend to be an expert on this, but there are some metal linkages or the metal bar that's underneath the head trailer that connects the 2 axles. It's essentially under a negative load, and then when you put the head on the trailer, that changes. Long story short, if you guys are having trouble with your all-wheel steer head trailer, put the head on it, then make your adjustments. Make it so that it goes straight down the road. It will ride slightly different when you take the head off again, but you're gonna wear out your tires a lot faster if it's out of line with all that weight on, obviously. So we are dropping the head. We're gonna go do some adjustments to the tie rods and get this head trailer running straight. So Brody and I are being smart today.
Staying in the AC.
We're working on the jobs that allow us to be in AC. It is a little hot in here. Let's turn that up. You know these Ford's ACs, they don't always work the best.
They're terrible.
Oh my, the trailer's really off to the side. Am I seeing that right?
Oh my.
Oh,
what
boy.
did we do?
Oh boy.
All right, guys, we are down in that PP acre, preventative plant acre field that never got planted because it was too wet. We are going to clean out the existing ditches. Actually, this spring they eroded extremely bad, but we just want to maybe put grade on them if there's the opportunity. Also make them, they're erosions, so they're sharp. We want to make them round so you can farm through them. So this is my little base I'm going to put out here. It's basically an RTK thing because when you're doing anything with grade, whether it's tile or ditching, you need to be sub-inch. You need to be right on the ball, basically, for the satellite. So that's where this little setup is necessary. Man, I tell you what, for being September 20th, it is hot, humid. Humidity is unbelievable today. It's like 87 degrees, and I don't know what the humidity is, but it's not a fan of my body. It's not a fan of it. So this is what I call ET. We got to set him up 15, 20 minutes, 15-ish. The first time setting it up for the year, so I don't know if it's going to take longer than normal, but normally just plug and play. Need to be kind of within a half a mile of this when you're doing landscaping or tile. Also, by the way, this is in the link in the description. It's a Dougo shirt, one of his favorite sayings, as you know. So, or should I say, what's he say? For those that know, they know. Yeah. Check it out if you want one. Link in the description on our website. A lot of other cool stuff on our website too. So check it out. Now I'm just gonna wait for Dad. Let that thing do its thinking. Hopefully when he gets here, everything will just magically work. It's been a couple of years since I've used it, so what are the chances of that happening? I hear him coming. He'll be here shortly, and then the training is about to begin. He's eager to learn, and it'll be good for him to learn. It's great to have everyone like Brody and Eric with spraying. I mean, now we got 4 guys that can spray. Dad, me, Brody, Eric. It's nice to have interchangeable parts. If one guy can't be here, if there's an emergency, God knows what happens. It's nice to have everybody run everything. So dusty! It's almost like he's trying to make dust for me. So first step is to turn the screen on, push and hold for maybe 4, 5, 6, I don't know, until the blue lights light up just like that.
It was the one button I didn't push.
I hope by you pushing all the other ones that didn't throw
I
something
wonder
off.
what they're for. Just like, you know, too many buttons
It's the
again.
one way up behind there.
Why would they put it behind the screen? Why
I don't
wouldn't the buttons be on the front?
Don't ask me.
Just so aggravating.
This machine is not easy to back up, so back it up to our quote-unquote outlet, which is just the end of the ditch where we want the water to flow. We gave him a crash course here. Being it's black dirt, it's really hard to see the roll of the ground, and it's just extremely flat in this farm to begin with, so it's not the easiest job. We picked one of the harder jobs actually to learn on.
This thing wouldn't tip over, would it?
Oh yeah, it's extremely tippy. And I would try to keep it as level as possible, unlike how it's sitting. Okay, so now wherever you drive to, it's taking a landscape reading basically, so it will take and basically draw a straight line across the screen here where it's showing contour of the ground. When we survey and tell it, okay, we want to clean this ditch out, it's going to draw a straight line, and depending on your grade, you can put more grade in, less grade in. It may not even take any dirt in some areas. But I can see already there's high spots, but that could only literally be a couple inches. And sometimes that's all you're dealing with, that's holding back a lot of water.
We should have flagged this. Where was the water running? Going crooked.
Is it okay if I take a nap?
I'll scream. That'll wake you up if I'm in trouble here.
So we just completed our first ditch. It took at least 120% longer than it should have.
Lots of learning.
No, he's never even pulled a scraper before, so we're learning how to just run the scraper in general. And we had a transmission code that hindered us.
Code trap.
tow track, and well, just learning the software and everything. But we surveyed the ditch 3 different times because we both just didn't get it routed right. Like I said, it's pretty flat down here, not a lot of roll, so it's really hard to pick out where you want to go. So now we're doing what we started doing a while ago, just driving around, looking, trying to figure out which way the grade goes. And actually this curved rounded glass in a tractor cab is very difficult to look out because it has such a glare on it, and kind of distorts a little bit of how the land lays, especially when it's this flat. You see anything?
I suppose we could take the windows out
Oh my.
and you could drive.
Yeah. He's having a blast. I think he's gonna get the hang of this and enjoy this job.
Need one of them, what are they, Terexes? Old green turnipoles.
You'll like this more than
Motor in the
that.
back, motor in the front, big ear things, protection,
Dusty,
eye goggles.
loud, cold in the winter. Normally this thing comes out when it's cold, and it actually is quite a boring job, but at least you're not cleaning equipment up. I suppose you'll jack this job from me now.
With any luck. Be all by myself out in the field, all perfect company. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Dirt lump. Okay.
Okay,
You
now
ready
we
to
gotta
survey?
set this up again. Oh,
All right,
God.
I put the front wheels in the ditch of the scraper, because that's kind of where it reads off of the blade. Make sure the scraper's up all the way. Yep, right there. Yep.
Put it in park, kids. Always put it in park. Okay, now we just start pushing buttons.
Yep, push start survey.
This one?
Yep. Yes, you don't want that line, so I'd hit no. If it was me, I'd hit no, but you can hit yes. You can hit no. Alright, now we are basically the line we just made, we are teeing off, going to a different location. So, all we have to do now is drive to the next, what I'll call low spot, and hit stop survey. It draws a line. Away you go, scraping. Yeah, hit stop survey. Oh, yes. Mama, there's a cut I like to see. 71 yards of cutting, no filling. Looks like 3, 6, 9 or 10 inches of dirt need to be cut out.
70 yards?
Well, that's gonna make her work. You're gonna learn how to fill one up. All right, turn it around.
Maybe
We're
we
gonna turn
should
this to
reevaluate.
auto.
Boy, you know, you should let me push all these buttons so that I can remember.
I could put more grade on it and make you scrape more out.
No. No, please.
So I don't know if you can see the screen, but the green is the dirt that we are going to be cutting out. That is us moving along right now. And each one of those little black lines through the green is how much the scraper can take each cut. So them black lines are indicating 3 inches. That's all I want it to take at a time. Otherwise the tractor has a hard time pulling it. Believe it or not, it actually spins it out. So we are entering where we're going to start cutting 3 inches. So get ready to watch when it fills up. So then we turn the automation off. Right now it's holding the grade that the blade needs to be. And she's filling up pretty quickly. I would pull out now. If you overfill this thing, this used to be a cable-driven one that they pull behind bulldozers. And if you overfill it, as you've seen in my past videos with me out with it, it's a nightmare to get it unplugged. So it's better to pull out a little bit earlier than get stuck with it in your box. Unloading! Spinning her out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118
There's a load. He's jammed it. He's jammed it. He's learning. Yeah, you gotta, like I said, it's a refab kit from cable dozer setup, so it don't open like it should. It's really actually quite disappointing, because then once it plugs, it's not good. So, a lot more green out here than I like to see. I was kind of hoping that that 5200 would get more, but what? Look at this. This thing was hoed out. He's laying flat. He's should have died, but he had just enough roots under the ground. He was re-rooted. He re-rooted. Look at this one. You can see his root used to be in the ground to that depth, but there was that many roots left in the ground for him to survive. Here's another good example. Here's the root. There's the ground level. There's 4 roots still in the ground, and this son of a gun can live. When they get big like that, they're just very difficult to kill, even with the organic Roundup, quote unquote, tillage. Ugh. See, now that one never did get hooked out, I don't think. His roots did get cut though. You can see it's rotting, but still even rotting it can survive. Even with it being a drought this summer, obviously it was a flood this spring, then we went to a drought, and now even on this field, getting literally next to no rain all summer, down 3 inches, muck. It's just this field has water table issues, massive water table issues, but yeah. Like this, where we tilled, actually ain't too bad, but this field last year, we did get it planted. You know, last year was like a win-win for this field. It was dry spring. Most of the fields it was not good for, but for this field it was dry spring. Got it planted at a reasonable time, and then soybeans actually tapped into that soil moisture or water table. They were dang good beans. I just like watching stuff work. It's so mesmerizing to me. You think you got this?
I don't know. I gotta go check the tires.
Well, I'm gonna leave ET, and you're on your own.
Tires are good.
All right, have fun.
I'll be calling shortly.
I'm sure. Back to the shop. We're into winterizing the other spray tender. So this is what it looks like on the inside of the curtain side from what the view you guys see from here. But we got all this winterized. Should be ready to roll. But the inside of the tanks, we've got a lot of rust in there. We don't know if it came from the elevator where we were getting water from, or from our previous water setup tank, or all of them. Needless to say, we're vacuuming it out with our fancy Milwaukee battery operated, so we're testing it. We just got it. Kind of like it for not needing a cord. We'll see how the longevity goes, but look at this mess. Oh my goodness. That is disgusting. Disgusting.
I can't believe you'd own something like this.
You know, it bothers me.
Well, it's another good time to be the big man, and I don't have to go through the tiny hole to get into the tank.
Where's Brody?
Brody! I think he said he's leaving. It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I'm going in there to try to suck that out, but it might be physically impossible to get in those ones.
Yeah.
For you, I know it
We
is.
could drill a hole in the bottom and flex seal it when we're done.
Yeah, I see them commercials. I don't know how it handles rocking water, but
Here,
we could try.
I'll show them how you're getting in.
This is an easy tank. Nice big hole. Only shoulder deep. This is the easy one.
How's the chemical smell in there?
It's just water. It's just water. All right, guys. I'm glad you could do so much to help me in there.
You know, you did good today. You rode
Well,
around
I'll
in
tell
that
you what,
tractor all afternoon.
I've got this one cleaned out perfect. That one cleaned out pretty perfect. But coming out of that blue tank, I felt like I was being reborn. I'm glad I don't remember what that was like the first time, but the second time was much more unpleasant. Now we got to do the yellow tank. Yeah, so I think that's a wrap on the day. We did get a lot done. Yeah, I trained a guy in.
Randy's
how to
got more
operate.
corn.
All right, guys, that's going to be it. We're shutting her down. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Brody!